My name's Ed Balls. I'm the MP for Normanton and Secretary of State for Children's Schools and Families. And we're up in Sunderland for the Labour North Campaign Day. Just been doing a speech and I think now going to answer some questions.
So Ed, thousands of school children are going back to school in Durham this week to free school meals. Can you tell us some of the thinking behind that?
I think it's really a good opportunity for Durham. There's two places in the country we're doing it, Durham and Newham. And I went to Newham earlier in the week and went to visit a school and then had parents come in that day to pay the dinner money. And the school office said, no, it's free for every child all year. And the same is going to be true in Durham, every school lunch free. And the reason we're doing it is because Alan Johnson and I talked about this. Alan's the MP in Hull. In Hull, the Labour Council trialled out free lunches, then the Liberal Democrats dropped it. But the evidence was that it actually had quite a big impact upon the children. So we're going to look in Durham and in Newham. Does it improve the health of the kids? Does it mean that they are concentrating better in school? Do they do better in their school exams? Is it going to have a really big impact on the take-up of school lunches? And if it does, we'll then look at what we can do in other parts of the country. But I think this could turn out to be a really powerful, progressive thing to do. And the fact that Conservatives came out on Thursday and said they were against it, waste of money, not their priority, I think it tells you that we must be onto the right thing.
So do you think there's a good chance that this might be rolled out across the rest of the region if the pilot's successful?
Well, if we did this for every primary school lunch in every school in the whole country, it would be expensive. And that will depend upon what the money's available. But if there's things which we can do to build on this, when we've got the evidence, then I'm really keen to do so. I think the right thing to do, first of all, is to say, does it work in Durham and in Newham? If it does, we've got a really powerful case to then say, this should be a priority for spending in the future, and to try and extend it more widely. But I think the best thing for me to do is not to jump ahead of myself. I want to do it if I possibly can, but let's see what the results are first.
And do you think school meals have improved since Jamie Oliver's campaign?
Well, I have lots of school lunches in my job, and I think the food invariably these days is really good in schools. And there's no doubt that since Jamie Oliver's campaign, there's been a sea change. We've been improving the kitchens, we've got much more training for all the staff. We're listening to the young people themselves, what they want. Nutritional standards have improved the health of food. And for the first time after decades in which the take-up of lunches was going down, we've actually got more young people in primary and secondary school having school lunches. The difficulty I've got is that if I go to lunch in a primary school, the chairs are so much smaller than when I was at school, so it can often be quite tight getting in under the table. But when you actually have the lunch, I had chicken pie with sweet corn this week and fruit salad, and it was really good. Say to the young people in primary schools, is the food healthy? They say yes, and you say, is that good or bad? And they say, brilliant, and that's great.
You're off to mark the 200th Academy tomorrow with the Prime Minister in a big day for opening of new schools. How committed are the Labour government to continuing the school building programme?
Really committed, and look, it's been a massive change compared to 1997, when there hadn't been really schools built brand new for years, and we had leaking roofs, and people just assumed that you went to shoddy buildings. It's been a transformation. We've got just in this year alone 400 brand new or completely refurbished schools opening. As you said, we are a year ahead of 200 academies, but this is the biggest school building programme since the Victorian era. On Monday, we've got 10 cabinet ministers, we've got more ministers as well. We're opening 28 schools just in one day, and all across the country we've got brand new schools, but also loads of schools being planned for the next few years as well. And I'm very clear, even in tough times, this is a priority. Keep the investment coming into our school buildings and into supporting our teachers and our teaching assistants. The fact that Conservatives again are saying they want to cut 4.5 billion from that school building programme, the fact that they're saying they don't think this is a priority, tells you everything about where the Conservatives' priorities really are.
Okay, Boris, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.